Welcome back to Appalachian Dim Sum. This is month 6, desserts, episode 17.
We should definitely address the dessert part of this real quick.
Okay,
you do have to have seen the one before this to know that we were doing a pretty deep dive into Tremors.
That's right. On episode 16, we had the main course. We had Tremors. So the whole thing, we talked about Tremors.
And
so
Randy definitely likes to mess around with things, cooking.
Yes.
You've made some pretty interesting things so far.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some dumplings and some Korean bun type things that you've made.
Yeah.
All been some really pretty awesome things especially first tries.
Yeah. I'm nowhere near. I would not call myself a chef or a cook or anything like that. I like to cook. I'm not great at it, but I have fun with it.
The nice thing about having the internet is that you can find recipes and watch a video for how to do anything that you can think of.
Absolutely. So
tell us about what you just did to us.
My idea, because it's Tremors, I was like, wouldn't it be cute if I made little like matcha Tremors? Because it would be, like matcha balls like you can get in like Japan, but themed for what we're talking about. And I was like, well,
you made Graboids.
Made little matcha Graboids. I'll put a little picture up after I describe them. Well, imagine a Graboid that's chocolate colored. The shape.
And if you watched episode 2 and think about what they tried to avoid when they were designing, this is kind of going the other way.
The other way. Yeah, they look like little poos. Here you go.
Little picture out. Little poos. They look like big poos.
I'm pleased with how they turned out, but yeah, if I made these again to be Graboids, I think I would maybe make them like yellow.
I would go peanut butter.
Yeah, you need like a brown color, not a light brown. Like a yellow brown. No, a light tan.
I could put these outside and convince everybody in my house that the bear got really close to the house.
Yes. Yeah.
And because we're the family that we are, I put one in a little bowl and put some cellophane over it, put it on the bottom shelf, and I'm not going to say a word to anybody. They're going to open the fridge and they're going to have to figure out what it is. And from a distance,
it looks like a poo.
My wife's going to be like,
respectable poo.
One of y'all have to go to the doctor?
Yeah.
Are we taking a sample or what's happening here? But it was with tentacles and everything.
Yeah, I tried to make a little beak and had like the three little tentacles coming out of the bottom.
You said it was a cherry pie filling?
Yeah, what I did is I had the chocolate matcha, and inside I made some orange matcha, because when they blow up, the orange goes splatter all over the place. It's always orange guts. And then inside of the orange matcha was like cherry pie filling. It was like that sugar.
And because we didn't want to pick up this 4-inch long brown thing and
mushy thing,
we cut it into slices.
Think of the consistency of matcha. Yeah.
We cut it into low slices and did it, because when you cut it, the pie filling runs out. It looks like it's bleeding. So,
and I'm mispronouncing that. Mochi, not matcha. Yeah, mochi.
Yeah.
What's matcha?
Matcha's a tea.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, mochi. Excuse me. It's the consistency of mochi. It's that it's like a rice flour, but I didn't have any rice flour, and I can't get it around here. You need rice flour with gluten, and all the rice flour that's available to me anyway, on a short notice, I ordered from Amazon, was gluten-free rice flour. So I made it from cornstarch, which worked okay.
Actually, it was good.
Way too much. I mean,
it was like fudge.
Yeah,
it's rich. It's probably going to be. You might have a few parts of this episode where I'm over here going because of the heartburn from that really rich chocolate stuff. But
I think I would have enjoyed it being about half the size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be as funny though if it was half the size.
True. But overall, I'm happy with how it turned out. It turned out pretty much what I was hoping it would look like.
Yes.
Continuing along the Tremors theme. For desserts, what we do is we pretty much talk about what we're looking forward to. Not necessarily the next month, just what we're looking forward to.
we tried doing the Tremors thing. We tried doing the trailers thing.
Yeah.
And have been struggling with how to actually do that and not get destroyed by YouTube with copyright stuff.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to not do the let's watch trailers anymore because it's just, I know when you get into editing stuff, that's become a nightmare.
Yeah.
But we're going to still talk about things that we watch trailers for. Going to link them into the description.
Absolutely.
Any of the stuff that we talk about. So you can look up the trailer. I think we have some stills from different ones that we're talking about. So try to get you the similar experience without just the trailer itself. Yeah. And you can they're right there in the link. You can just click through them and watch them. And most of these are probably going to be ones that you have seen. Maybe a couple of these will be something new that you have not heard of, because that's usually what I'm trying to look for.
Right, something unique, something new.
Yes.
This is not going to be new. The thing I'm looking forward to, and this I do plan on getting into this in the next month, is the Tremors TV show.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, it takes place after Tremors 3. It takes place in Perfection. Fred Ward is in it, and Michael Gross is in it as well.
I had to turn around to even see the picture.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know how much Fred Ward is in it.
That's Breaking Bad guy.
Is it? Is that Schrader?
That's Schrader.
It might be. It looks like him.
I don't know what that actor's name is, but he's pretty recognizable. I'm pretty sure that's who that is.
I
love that guy.
I know very little about it. I do believe I read somewhere there was something about some sort of mutagen that kind of like combines non-human DNA. So it like makes new monsters out of different bits of other animals.
Yeah.
Which if that was like their idea of like, well, this is where the Tremors came from, that would make sense. But I don't know. I'll let you know. Let you know what I think. But
if you've made it through the movies,
might as well.
All of them. I can't imagine it'll be anything that would be divergent too much from those kind of experiences. Maybe the CGI will be better or worse at times, depending on what kind of effort they put into it and what time.
Yeah.
When was it again?
Oh, goodness. It takes place after Tremors 3. Let's see.
So was it maybe, early 2000s?
Early 2000s.
Yeah. So CGI is not going to be in a place that you're going to be able to do but so much at that time.
Especially with a TV series.
Yeah.
2003.
Yeah. So you're going to have some probably not great CGI to have to work through in that, but I'm used to that. If I enjoy a property or a story, I can get by the fact that it's not.
Well, just looking at
that well.
Looking at the images on Google, it does look like they have Ass Blasters are back, and it looks like there's a mutated Tremor. It looks like.
Yeah.
Well, should be interesting.
Yeah.
Like it looks like a giant grub. Huh. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Better
I've watched worse. I know I've watched worse.
Yeah. And honestly, going back to anything from that time frame is probably going to still be better storytelling than anything going on right now.
Yeah.
Whether it's the technology can keep up with it or not is probably a different story. But
honestly, the thing I expect to annoy me the most is the video quality.
Yeah.
It's probably still like 480p at that point.
Yeah.
Eesh.
Yeah, that just makes the CGI look a little worse too, where you're trying to blend it together and it just does not blend at all.
Yeah. Well, speaking of CG.
Yeah. Yeah, my first thing on my dessert is Jurassic Park, whatever.
Jurassic World.
Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Rebirth.
Rebirth?
Yep.
It's the 7th movie. And normally I kind of relegate this into the I really could not care less about it category.
Wait, why is it in looking forward to then?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
I was in high school when this thing started. So I mean, this has really been going on since before I was an adult. And at the time, that advent of CGI, especially talking about it in the world of Tremors, where Tremors was kind of one of those last really good practical effects movies before the first Jurassic Park came out, that Jurassic Park took you into this whole world of CGI monsters and dinosaurs and all that stuff. But I've always been fascinated. I loved dinosaurs as a kid, despite the increasingly ridiculous stories in the Jurassic Park series. I've enjoyed watching the movies because I just like seeing dinosaurs on screen. They usually have been worth going to go see in the theater just to get that extra effect of the sound and the seeing the scale of everything. I've rewatched all of them at least once, except for Dominion, which is the one before this,
Okay.
and that one that was bad.
Really?
Dominion just made no sense at all. It
Hmm.
was just throwing actors back into a story so you could be like, hey, remember these guys? Let's give them some lines.
What was like the core concept of the film?
Of Dominion?
Mhm.
I can't even tell you at this point. It was
Okay.
they tried to make things about climate change and about like a plague, or there were so many little things that just didn't tie together. They were loose out in Italy running around. I don't even remember the movie. The movie was just so chaotically unconnected.
They said, "Hey, we have Chris Pratt under contract only until this date. We need to make a third film."
Yeah. And the ones before that were dumb, but at least they had a story.
Yeah, I saw the one. I don't know what it's called, but the first one with Chris Pratt.
Yeah, where they're making these super aggressive, genetically engineered dinosaurs and stuff, and
that was pretty good.
It's watchable. I mean, it's maybe a little bit better than Tremors Part 6 or 7,
Yeah.
but maybe not too far removed from that, other than
just because they had a bigger budget.
More budget. My only interest in this one is that Gareth Edwards is the director of this one. Gareth Edwards is. I first came to know him from the movie Monsters. You know, the thing where their monsters are kind of walled off, and there's like this no-go zone that you can get through. It's like in Mexico or something. Yeah. And there's all these kind of weird, like, squid type monsters and stuff. It was kind of really in that time frame when that came out. There hadn't been any like big kaiju movies or anything with big monsters, and he did that. And that landed him 2014 Godzilla, which was a great film. I love that movie for multiple reasons. Don't need to harp on that. I probably already talked about that. Mm-hmm. He was gonna be the one that would be in charge of the Godzilla series, and then Disney stole him away for Star Wars stuff.
And what did he do with Star Wars?
He did Rogue One and The Last Jedi.
Oh, he did The Last Jedi?
Yes. Yeah. And then he said, it's kind of interesting to watch him, I guess, try to answer for probably trying to do the I'm not burning bridges comments with the studios, that he said he wanted to get out of the Star Wars stuff because he didn't want any more big budget stuff. But everything he's done has roped him back into big budget corporate films. And now he's doing a Jurassic Part 7. So he hasn't gotten away from any of it. But
that explains why they have that big dinosaur.
Yeah. And I expect there to be more enjoyable dinosaur effects in this for the reason he's involved. He did Rogue One, he did The Last Jedi, and then when he broke away from the Star Wars stuff, where they wanted him to stay involved, those were arguably the only really watchable parts of Star Wars, of the Star Wars reboot stuff. I don't even think The Last Jedi was, but it was better than the other ones. Rogue One was pretty good. He did The Creator after that.
Okay.
And that again was kind of a good attempt. It wasn't a great movie, but it was that you can kind of see that style of stuff that he does through Rogue One, from Godzilla to The Creator. He's a good filmmaker. So I'm hoping that some of that will carry over into this and at least make it a fun watch. And if it's not as ridiculous as Dominion, then I probably am going to wait for some reviews and just see what people say before I go dish the money out to go watch it. If it's one of those things, it's a stupid story, but it's fun to watch, I'd like to go see it in the theater. Just because, again, if you're going to get anything out of a 7th Jurassic Park movie, it's going to be just cool effects.
Right.
And watch the spectacle. So, but we'll see. This one has Scarlett Johansson in it.
Time for her trilogy.
Yeah. And, you know, there's been a little controversy with her leading up to this, too, where people have been trying to make a big deal over an interview. She said stuff about how she had been cast for things just because of her desirability, and she complained about the male gaze and stuff like that. And I think most people are trying to let that just sort of roll off. I think that's what happens whenever you let actors talk about something, whenever is they feel they have to say something poignant and they just say something stupid most of the time.
Well, if you talk enough for long enough, you're going to say something stupid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How long,
when did I get there? How long ago was that?
What episode is this?
My thing with her is I won't get too long into that. She's 40 now. She's kind of getting to that point where she's complaining about that she was cast as for things because of her desirability at a point where she's getting aged out of the desirable category, and she's made millions and millions of dollars off of who she is and what she looks like.
More people should have seen Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
That's for another day.
She was amazing in that. She was horribly cast in that. Shouldn't have been her. Should have been somebody else. But my thing, and anybody complaining about anything from that world of Hollywood is just shut up. You made that bed for yourself. You became famous because of what you look like for no other reason. Don't turn around and try to turn that around on fans and stuff. What's the phrase? You made the bed, now you can lay in it.
Yeah. Don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah. That aside, I don't care what she said about anything. If she plays the role good, I still think she's an attractive lady. She's good at action stuff. She's shown that through Marvel stuff.
That's one topic I don't ever really care to talk about at length. But for me, I can separate what the actor says or who the actor is or their politics from their work. I'm fine separating that.
This one wasn't her coming out and just being like, I hate men. It was from an interview about the movie, and of course you get reporters that are just constantly.
They try to pull those quotes out of her.
They pulled it out of her, and that was kind of more what I kind of felt like that was that somebody got something to get some clicks for their stupid newspaper.
Oh, I'm sure those interviews are really good at leading questions.
Yeah, and I read through most of what it was, and she wasn't talking about that. It got to a point where she said that, and whatever. I don't care what she thinks. I'm assuming that everybody in Hollywood would sit down with me, and if we talked for 5 minutes, we would probably agree to not ever talk again. There might be a few exceptions out there. You might find that guy that's hiding in Hollywood I could talk into coming back and going fishing with me or something. But
that's one thing that amuses me when people talk about things like, well, I'm not going to watch this actor anymore because they feel this way, or I'm not going to watch this director's work anymore because they said this. Like, if you do that, you're just stop watching stuff, man.
Yeah.
Because everybody who's involved in a production in one way or the other is going to be against something you think or against an opinion you have. So
I will 100% do that to somebody that just comes out and will not shut up and stop fussing at people and trying to sound so sanctimonious about stuff. I don't feel that that's what she was doing at all.
Okay.
I think it got drawn out of her. You take some of the other people that once they got a social media account turned into just completely obnoxious buttholes. I'm fine to say I'm never watching anything that you're in, and most of those people that I can think of I'm not missing anything.
Most of them are in the MCU, so.
In the MCU, or just making some other weird artsy thing, or making some preachy movie that I don't want to watch anyway. So,
have you ever seen The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent?
No.
Okay.
That's the Nick Cage thing.
Yes, despite who's in it, I recommend that film. It's fun.
What's his name? Pedro
Pascal.
Yeah. No, I've seen some things of him, and it's like I've still never figured out why Hollywood is obsessed with that dude. He's not that good of an actor. He's not intelligent.
Quote, what's his name? Oh goodness, in Zoolander, Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell's character, Mulatto.
I don't know.
Whoops, I gotta look his name up. Zoolander. Will Ferrell. Mugatu, sorry. Mugatu. Yeah, Mugatu he's so hot right now. That's Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, I don't get it, but there's
such a stupid movie.
I see things that are trends and things that people buy a lot of and things like that, and I'm like, oh, that looks dumb. So I can understand why people get into a certain actor. Whatever works, I guess.
Yeah. He's one when I think I might not agree with what he says or if I think what he says might on like social media and stuff might be, I don't know, ill-advised to say or whatever. I don't care. I'll watch a film if he's in it.
Yeah.
Um,
He's not one that I'll like will not watch because he's in it. There's
Yeah.
other people that every time an election rolls around, their face is in your face all the time, and I'm like, dude, I don't care what you think. You're
Yeah.
gonna vote your way. I'm gonna vote my
Yeah.
way, and all you're doing is just making me not like you. And the one that sticks out most recently for me is just Mark Ruffalo. I don't care what he's in. If he's in the next Godzilla movie, I won't watch a Godzilla movie. I don't want to hear. I don't want to see that dude's face. He was so good as the Hulk in the first Avengers movie, and is just
don't watch Mickey 17.
No. The when you take somebody that has a kind of a cool or a masculine role or a tough guy role, and you find out that they're just a whiny crybaby, it's just it makes Robert De Niro is probably the best example of that. You grow up with him in all these roles and thinking, well, super tough guy and all that, and it's like he literally would cry if you didn't get what he wanted at a restaurant or something. I don't know. He's never had anybody the rug pulled out of an image of anybody like has been pulled out from him. He's intolerable. But
Jurassic Park.
Drifting away from Jurassic Park there.
Speaking of intolerable, have you seen the design for that large dinosaur?
Yeah, it's a half alien, half wing thing. I don't know what that's about.
Horrible design. If they wanted to make like an intimidating new dinosaur looking thing, even if they were going off like the mutation thing, give it like the head of a triceratops. Give some horns, like the body of a T-Rex. Give some plates along the back, a spiked tail. Like actually make it a hodgepodge of a bunch of different dinosaurs.
What's the one where the kid disappears? Is that the third one? They go to the island, and there's that giant thing that like it busts through the gate. That was a cool design. It was kind of a mix of bigger than a T-Rex, kind of more designed like an alligator, very aggressive face and spikes and stuff on its back and all that. That was a cool.
That one?
No.
Jurassic World.
Whatever the third one is. I don't know.
It was Jurassic Park 3 Dinos. Goodness, a lot of dinos.
It's the one where they go back and like the kid was parachuting in with his dad and the mom.
Yeah, those all those films have blended together for me.
Yeah, but there's a new dinosaur that they developed or something on the island that was just massive, and it was a cool design. However stupid of an idea the movie was, it was still fun to watch.
Oh yeah, they could give him one of those ankylosaurus like mallets on the end of the tail. That'd be cool.
Yeah, there are. I've seen some of the clips of these. They've got the big whale type thing that's beside the boat in Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got the bigger thing that's a Dimetrodon that has the big sail on the back. I think they're called like Spinosauruses or something that actually was an actual dinosaur. They've got those in it. So I like seeing that stuff brought to life. I was a big dinosaur guy when I was a kid. So
I think that's always been the appeal of Jurassic Park, is to see these mythical type creatures kind of brought to life.
Yeah.
We don't really want to see, at least most of us I don't think want to see some idea of, hey, here's a new creature. We don't care about a new creature.
I like this. It's got her and a bunch of other sort of actors that have been in stuff, but it's not. You didn't have to get Sam Neill back or Laura Dern or Jeff Goldblum. And Lord knows they don't want to come back and do these anymore. It's just like, you're really going to pay me how much to do this? Okay, I'll come say some stupid line and take your money.
Right.
Twist my arms. Like, I've got this weekend free if you want me to shoot this scene. But
it amuses me that this is the 7th. I didn't realize this was the 7th in the series.
Yeah. But
this is the 7th film, and we just finished talking about Tremors. It's about the same amount of time, and Tremors has 7 films as well.
Yeah.
So that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It just, you could definitely, it's like, hey, well, this series has a budget that's probably 10 times that of
Oh, this
Tremors.
one movie is
Yeah.
probably the whole Tremors series.
Right. So you could definitely
Probably.
see what they could have done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this movie will make money. I mean, it's
Oh,
coming
yeah.
out in the summertime. There's not a whole lot against it. There'll be
Yeah.
Superman and F1, and you'll have.
We'll talk about one of those.
Yeah. I think in this world that you're in right now, just having a watchable movie come out seems like a great win because there's so many that are just trash at this point. And then you get something that's decent. You're like, okay, I'll go see it.
And at some point, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to a Jurassic Park movie, you know it's not going to be this great epic that gives you something brand new. It's the same thing. It's like, hey, we genetically engineered dinosaurs, and it's run amok in some way or another.
My relation to this movie to other stuff is like when I was growing up with our kids, you always have those summer cartoons that would come out, and you'd always have to take a group of them and their friends to go see it, and you're like, most of the time I got to go sit through this thing. Usually pretty formulaic, pretty unforgettable, but just something that has a few laughs and entertains everybody and gets a reason for a group of people to go out and see a movie. And every once in a while you get like that random up where they drop an emotional bomb on the parents who take the kids there, and you take 12 kids to go see a cartoon, and 20 minutes into it you're sitting there like trying to it's like, how much longer is this thing? I don't know how much I can hold this together. And get emotional like cartoons like that. And you're like wait, what is this? But yeah, Jurassic Park is it's a summertime. It could be a cartoon. It's a big CGI reason to go to take your family out and see a movie. And
probably really good audio design, so
yeah,
the theater will be worth it.
Yeah, theater, and I'm sure if you catch it in IMAX and stuff like that, it's probably even more.
Oh yeah.
More of an effect. We don't, unfortunately, in Roanoke, we don't have anything but theaters that were designed in the 80s. So
unfortunately,
we'll go see it in whatever the best of that bunch is. Hopefully, it's not sitting under a crackling speaker like we were for, was that Dan to Dan?
Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah, that's Roanoke.
Yep.
Yay. We could drive an hour to an actual city that has stuff.
I've got to really be looking forward to the film for that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this next film. That I want to see. I plan on watching this month. Smile 2.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now, you've seen this.
I've seen this. Yes.
Okay. I really enjoyed Smile. It was one of those films. I had the unlimited movie pass or whatever for the theater, and I was going just trying to use that pass to make it worth it.
Yeah.
And Smile was one of those films. I didn't think it looked very good. Looked kind of cheesy. Looked like It Follows to me. I'm like, oh, so it's just copying It Follows. Okay, yeah. I got it. I loved Smile. It was fantastic.
I need to go back and watch it again because I'd watched it the same way. I watched it, here on whatever streaming service it was on, and probably went in 20 minutes to it doing other stuff, just like I'm watching this. So I can say I watched it. And it kind of one of those things that as it went, I stopped doing other stuff and kind of started focusing. I was like, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Smile 2. Without going back and watching Smile 1 again, I don't know that I'm comfortable saying that Smile 2 is better. But Smile 2 is good.
Really?
I didn't prepare any notes on that. The girl in that, whoever she is, it seems like maybe she's an actual pop singer or something. She's
singing
she's portraying like a big pop star.
Okay.
But I think she's actually somebody that does do that, or maybe at least has some musical background or something.
Naomi Scott.
Don't know her. Don't think I knew her before seeing that movie. But whatever her background is, she's really good in that role.
Okay.
Sort of playing. I don't follow pop people enough to even have that comparison if it's supposed to be like a Taylor Swift or I don't know who else who's popular at the moment. Billie Eilish kind of character, or obviously not a Beyonce, but whatever type pop singer she's supposed to be emulating.
She played Jasmine in Aladdin.
Oh, the live action thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah,
It looks like she's just an actress, not with just an. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It looks. I don't see anything that says she does pop.
she does some singing and stuff in it. She's got some
It could be
skills.
someone else.
Yeah,
Let me
could
ask.
be. But I kind of another one. Well, I turned on Smile 2. It was just like I'm gonna watch this to see if it's anything that my daughter would be interested. My daughter likes watching horror. My son does too. Kind of just previewing it to see if it would be a waste of time or what it was, and it was like, wow, this is good. So both of those movies are definitely expectation subverters for me. That I went into them expecting nothing and was really surprised by them.
Well, it looks like she did sing. She did perform the song, then
Okay,
Smile too.
I
So she did actually
I
sing.
just assumed that it looked like she was a musician, like
Right.
she might have actually been an artist, but
Interesting.
the kind of along the same lines as movies, most pop music kind of stopped around 2010, 2012, somewhere in there, and uh,
So is I guess my only thing the only thing I'm really curious about, and you might know this, but since you didn't really pay attention to the first one, you might not. I'm thinking of like between Ring and Ring Two, or like Ring Two didn't really deepen the lore of Ring. It was just like, hey, it's more. Is that kind of like what this is? It's just
no, I
it's
think
more. Does it actually get into more like the lore of what the thing that's doing the smiling is?
I think it expands on that. It's I have to sit here and try to think of the first one more to remember what they did in that one.
I mean, just the idea of a pop singer having to deal with that. That's
Yeah.
because it's kind of again like the Ring, where like if you can get it broadcast, well, that's even worse.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
It's good.
I think you can watch it pretty much anywhere at this
It's
point.
some pretty intense.
Well, the first one had some
Not
intense scenes.
not not like super slasher graphic stuff, but some pretty intense violence in it too.
Okay,
Um, it's 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 solid in everything that it tries to do.
great.
It's a good attempt at a unique horror movie, and again, probably comes off as a better movie than the first one to me because of that. What did you say her name's? Naomi Scott.
Hmm.
Probably one of those ones where that performance from her probably takes it maybe a little bit further than maybe it would have been if it was somebody else. But I don't go into a movie like that saying I got an expectation on this or man, this would have been great. If wish they hadn't cast her, wish they'd cast this.
Right.
But
It's good. It's good when you feel like the person, like the role was perfectly cast. Like I didn't. I think it was Kevin Bacon's daughter. Is that who it was in the
in the
first
first
one?
one, yes,
I I think she did fine. I don't know if
she
she.
was a little emotionless
Yeah.
at times.
I didn't feel as if it was the best role for her,
Yeah,
but I still thought the movie was fine. It was good. No, actually, fantastic. I would say the movie was fantastic. I really liked it. But yeah, there was some times when I didn't feel she was able to carry the scene.
yeah, yeah.
Well, it looks like Smile 2 had a budget of 28 million and grossed over 138.1 million worldwide.
Good.
It'll get a sequel.
Yeah.
So hey, Smile trilogy.
Yeah.
Yay.
If they can kind of, I don't know, were they directed by the same person? Do you know?
I don't know.
If somebody has a overarching vision for them and can kind of keep doing their thing.
Right, and that was kind of the thing that surprised me about the original Smile, especially in relation to It Follows, is it felt like while some of the visuals of Smile and It Follows are similar, the Smile,
Yeah.
um, like where it's coming from, and that was a little different, it seemed. So Parker Finn was the writer and director of Smile 1. I'm assuming, yep, Smile as well.
Okay.
He's only done, and it's his first two feature
Yeah.
films. So he's got a bright future ahead of him. He did a couple of shorts before that.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so surprised at how many, when you look at films, how many directors are like new.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's great. Keep them coming.
Probably because everybody that's not new gets gobbled up by a
Marvel
studio.
by
Well,
Disney.
Gareth Edwards was doing amazing stuff, and then he got dragged into Disney because they literally bought him away from the Godzilla stuff.
I mean, that almost seems to be maybe not today, but 10 years ago, let's say, that seems to be like what people wanted.
Yeah.
Hey, you make a couple of short films and then you go to Marvel.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm sure he went there with his idea that I can be like a Spielberg, and then got there and figured out that I don't get to be a Spielberg because I have to make movies by all your little stupid rules and
Yeah.
inclusions and all this stuff. And
I just think having to try to make a movie with these scenes included so we can plug it into the larger universe probably is just exhausting.
yeah, no. I was reading a little bit about Gareth Edwards and that, and just that he had all these statements that I wanted to get out and try to do this. I didn't like to be Hollywood big budget, blah blah blah. You could tell he was like, I wanted away from the people at Star Wars. So, yeah, if you could read between the lines, it's like, I don't want to ever do anything with those people again. They're awful. But again, he's wanted to keep working in Hollywood, so I think he was trying to be judicious on it.
Yeah. All right, and so the next one we're going to talk about.
It'll probably take me 7 tries to be able to say this properly. Is it Omniscient?
That works.
Omniscient?
Omniscient, yeah.
Omniscient. The Omniscient Reader. The film itself is actually called The Prophet.
Okay.
The Omniscient Reader / The Prophet.
All right, first question. When I was like looking at this up, is this the film or the anime you're talking about?
This is a film.
Okay.
And this is
anime exists though, right?
It's in production.
Oh, okay.
So this whole thing started as a Korean web novel. And
kind of meta.
Yeah. And this film is coming out at the end of July, so it's coming here pretty quick. I don't know if it'll come to a streaming service or if it comes out in theaters or what the release of it is going to be. But the whole, it really is like this whole meta thing. It's from a web novel, and it's about a web novel. The whole idea is the character is the only person who's read a web novel called 3 Ways to Survive in a Ruined World. And then, as he's finished it, being for whatever reason the only person that's ever read it, that world becomes reality. And the apocalypse situation happens. And then, like, his knowledge, because he's the only person that's read it, he basically becomes like a prophet. He knows.
Okay, that makes sense.
He knows what the story is, and his knowledge is crucial to anybody that wants to survive. And then there's a protagonist or like a hero from the web novel that comes to life. He meets him, and I guess sort of tries to let the protagonist know that I know how all this is going to turn out. You need my help. So it becomes this world inside of a world kind of idea. And looking at the trailer, it'd be nice if we could show it, because it really does kind of looks a little bit like Battle Royale, a little bit, where there's people having to fight people. I think there's some kind of zombie presence type in it, because they show some people kind of running around looking kind of crazy. I don't know if they're zombies or plagued or.
And from the trailer, it seemed like fantastical things start happening.
Yes.
Like it's supposed to be a regular world, and then people gain powers and stuff.
Yeah, there's all kinds of there's lots of little hints at supernatural stuff, and I know absolutely nothing about the world this came from. It apparently is super popular at the moment. It's been a manga, or they've developed the manga from this web novel series, or immediately are trying to do a live action with it with an animated series. My guess is the animated series is going to be more, or the anime series is going to be more detailed. One of the few things I saw in response to this and some of the comments was that I wonder how much they're going to have to skip to make this movie. So apparently there's a lot of content there. Like there's a series of these web novels. It's like I never watched it. Did you ever watch the live action Bleach they did on Netflix?
Nope, I did not.
Or even like the one they did of.
I watched the live action
did you see
Death Note and Cowboy Bebop, and I said no more.
Or you can't take something that's that long with that much stuff going on and try to condense it into a movie.
Yeah.
But these kind of things are the things that maybe fans will hate because of what gets omitted or what gets changed, and
Mm-hmm.
I will be completely oblivious to it. If it works on film, I'll probably enjoy it because I don't have any background in any of it to know. But I saw lots of comments talking about how excited the fan base was for this thing coming out. Um, what is the series? Oh Lord, the there's another series about like a guy that's kind of playing through a video game. It's an anime series. That's a very recent thing.
I mean, there's a lot of them.
It's one of the most like recent ones. One of the more popular things, and my mind is completely blew. Drew a blank on it.
Um,
Um,
I couldn't tell you.
People were saying first we got that as an anime, now we're getting this. It's like what a time to be alive. So
Okay.
fans of the same thing. Um, I'll try to think of it as we go. But you saw in the trailer there was like he falls off a bridge and there's like this giant fish beast that comes up and like tries to
Yeah.
eat him. So there's lots of stuff going on. Um, Solo leveling is what I'm trying to
Solo
think
leveling. Good job. You got it.
Solo leveling. Apparently, I don't know if that was a web novel thing or if that was a manga. How that came into being stuff. Most of the time, I'm catching stuff after it's been around for a couple of years, and
Yeah.
I hear about it at shows, or you tell me about it, or I just stumble across it. So
There's way. I mean, as many films and games as there are, I feel like there's even more anime.
yeah,
The frequency with which that comes out is ridiculous.
the only thing that I miss about having Netflix was a lot of the Korean
Mm-hmm.
made stuff. Their zombie movies and apocalypse type stuff and virus stuff. There's some amazing shows, and it sucks that Netflix has rights to them and there's no physical releases of them.
Well, they're saying the good bet for Omniscient Reader is Netflix or Amazon.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure.
Cross fingers for Amazon, right?
Yeah. The did you ever watch on Netflix the one about the sort of feudal Korean thing with the zombie? Is it called the Kingdom, maybe, or a Kingdom or something like that? Oh, freaking amazing show, and it even had like a little spin-off, like one-shot movie that they did, and it was all like feudal, kind of like feudal Japan, but it was in the Korean Peninsula.
Mm-hmm.
All the royal palace intrigue stuff, and I think the emperor had the zombie virus, and they were trying to hide it from everybody, and found out that it came as like a poison from a flower or something like that. That is what caused this to happen. And that was a Korean made thing. That was awesome. And then they did like the high school series where they were all kind of trapped in a high school and an outbreak happened. I forget what that's called, but that was awesome.
There's this one thing, and there's another thing.
I've had Netflix for
One of the ones that
5 years now. So.
One of the ones that's been recommended to me, and this looks like it's on Hulu, is The Judge from Hell, and it's just like this judge is making judgments. Obviously, is casting judgment on different situations that are going on in hell. I don't know. I've been told that it was good.
Yeah.
It involves demon possession and stuff like that.
So, Omniscient Reader looks like something definitely worth checking out, and hopefully, probably waiting on the anime, because I'm sure the anime will probably be better. But might be that it's nice that we're getting this way, so you can maybe enjoy the movie before you experience some of the other stuff and find out what was missed or skipped or whatever.
It's really interesting that they're developing them together, like side by side.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like when Titan started. We were in Japan early when Attack on Titan was out, and it was everywhere. Like vending machines. If you wanted a cup of noodles, there were noodles with Attack on Titan logos on it. It was just a craze when it came out, and they completely fumbled, probably capitalizing on that the way they should have, because it took so long to get around to all of it being finished. But this might be some people that saw something like that. That's like, we have this really stirred up fan base on this right now. Let's just stop what we're doing and let's just do this, because that was what happened with Attack on Titan. Is that in the middle of that, he's like, "I've got another project I want to make. I'm gonna go do that. I'll see you guys in a couple of years." And people were like, "Okay."
It seems to happen a lot, and it's not just with Eastern creators.
Yeah.
That happens with Western creators as well.
If I had something I was writing and people were just sitting there throwing money at me, and especially if I still had the ideas in my head where I wanted it to go, I'd be like, "Give me some people and let's
Mhm.
work on this." And if you're working on a movie, there's already a web series, apparently multiple web novels involved with this thing that's already been developed into a manga, and it's being developed as anime and a movie. Sounds like that's what they're doing. That somebody's like, "Dude, I'm not gonna drop the ball on this. Let's go. If you want it, here we go.
Strike while the iron is hot.
Give me the money.
Yeah.
Show me the money." So it's not like really high budget stuff, but it's always good quality. And if you don't go super deep into looking for the details and the CGI and stuff, it's believable and comes across good. And they do a lot of it with lighting and stuff like that too. So,
well, there was a period of time where I kind of got into the whole Bollywood stuff, and you kind of accept a certain type of quality.
Yes.
With a particular genre of film.
That's another group of films that we need to get into. You seen RRR?
Yeah, that's what got me started on
it. I watched Bahubali after that, and I've got one pegged on my watch list now that looks just as crazy as all of those. I love those kind of movies. But that's creativity that's in those Korean films, it's in those Indian films and stuff that I think they're just willing to just go all out on them. And I enjoy that stuff.
Not taking themselves too seriously is something that I think maybe there's some room in the Western film franchises to get a little bit of that.
Yeah. Instead of making your tongue-in-cheek comedy always be some sarcastic one-liner, that you do it with just a crazy effect or just a ridiculous like uppercut, like in an Indian movie, like uppercutting a tiger and knocking him across the thing, and you're just like, they pull it off in CGI and stuff, and you're just like, that's actually pretty awesome.
Film opens, uppercut a tiger, he goes to the moon. The end of the film, tiger comes back with aliens in a space suit, space mech suit.
And then they all dance.
They're
all like doing the Indian dance, But...
Oh man, if only, right?
Is that Punjabi? Is that the right word for that style of music and dance and stuff?
Couldn't say.
I don't know. I'll have to play it for you sometime. Yeah. There is a mix that I think I saw on Britain's Got Talent of Vanilla Ice's like Ice Ice Baby music. With Billie Jean from Michael Jackson that is this like mashup with Punjabi stuff.
Okay.
And this guy who is a Michael Jackson impersonator gets all the way to the finals. I don't remember if they win the thing or not, but with this other guy, it's a little gimmick where this guy that's an Indian guy comes out and he's like acting like he's supposed to be cleaning on the stage while the guys dancing, and they act like they get into an argument and then they start dancing together, and it's the music is just freaking incredible. I love it.
Okay. Sounds good. Send me a link.
I'll show you.
All right, speaking of over the top, this game I've played a lot over the past year or so. It was actually free on Game Pass. I had access to it on Game Pass like last summer. And since then, I had to buy it because it went off of Game Pass. And I've just been playing a little bit here and there. And I stopped playing it because of Dune, and I'm kind of jonesing for it. I want some more. And I kind of want to just go ahead and get through it. It's been something that's kind of been on the shelf for a long time.
What's it called?
High on Life.
High on Life.
Yep. And the basic premise of the game is you play this teen who's kind of loafing about a bit, and he needs to find some direction. And then suddenly this intergalactic G3 cartel appears on Earth, and they discover, by accident really, that humans make really good drugs. Not like we make good weed. We make good drugs. And that's kind of the thing that these aliens do, is they ingest other life forms to get high.
What is where does G3 come into everything? Is it just because it just sounds good?
I think so.
That's the agency that is sort of the intergalactic space monitoring thing in Symbiotic Titan. And G3 was, or no, was it G4? Was that the channel?
That was the channel, G4, yeah.
Yeah. It's a complete side note, but it's like, what is...
A group of nations, a product generation, a ministry, a military staff role, or a guitar tour.
Okay.
Represents a group of three, which refer to different nations, such as Japan, U.S., Germany, and economics, Colombia.
Okay.
So there's some precedent to use it for meaning an organization.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
There's an old movie. I think they've even actually changed the name of the movie, maybe for some kind of copyright stuff, that had Dolph Lundgren in it, where he is fighting the big dude from Die Hard.
Okay.
The guy, that's the blonde-haired guy that Bruce Willis has to fight. The Die Hard guy is an alien that comes here, and as he attacks you or as he kills you, it releases endorphins, and he's harvesting the endorphins from humans that are being killed because it's a drug for space.
Okay. I wonder if Justin Roiland, the creator of this game, knows of that. I'm sure he does. Because
it's a ludicrous film, so if he's into ludicrous stuff.
Justin Roiland is the guy who made Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
So ludicrous is his style. So
it's a Dolph Lundgren movie, so I mean, you're already there at ludicrous when it starts.
Yeah.
There's like the line, I remember the trailer when that thing came out, is like he would tell people even before he killed them, like this white-eyed alien, long-haired dudes, like, I come in peace. And then like Dolph Lundgren's response is like, but you go in pieces.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, that's awful.
Oh, that's very stereotypically 80s schlock. That's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah.
But you go in pieces. But when the game starts, you and your character, your sister, and your whole house gets transported to this alien city. And you get this alien bounty hunter suit, and you start taking on bounties so that you can upgrade your suit and eventually take on the G3 cartel.
And is he holding a face?
He is holding a sentient gun called...
That's a gun.
It's a gun, a sentient gun. What are they called? Galatians? No. Galatian. Gatlian, sorry. Gat. He's a Gatlian. And yeah, it's a gun that talks. When you first pick it up, it spits on you. And after it spits on you, the microbes from its spit allows you to understand it. Well, that's gross. There are multiple guns. It's not just the one gun. You get multiple different guns.
Do they all talk?
They all talk. They have different personalities. Sometimes if you don't use one for a while, it'll complain that's not getting used. And the suit that you have has a HUD, and you'll have like pop-ups and texts and stuff come up as you're running about. It's a very visually stimulating game. As you can see from the screenshot I have, just colors everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. If you're the type of person who cannot stand Rick and Morty, hate Rick and Morty and Justin Roiland's sense of humor, stay away from this game. Because this is just his sense of humor on overload.
As long as I've been aware of it, I've never watched an episode of it. So I don't have an opinion on Rick and Morty other than it looked like it was just some kind of weird cartoon they made for people to get high a lot. Yeah. So I haven't ever watched it.
Well, have you heard the whole meme where like Rick and Morty is for like people with high IQs?
No.
Okay, there's some meme about that where like you don't understand, if you don't understand Rick and Morty, it's because you're not smart enough to. That's ridiculous. Okay. It's very lowbrow comedy. Like dick and fart jokes, that kind of stuff. I mean, it is body humor and stuff like that. It's for 12-year-olds.
What attracts me to that is the idea of a gun sitting there yapping at you the whole time. My biggest shooter that I've ever played was, I grew up with Wolfenstein and then Dune. Mm-hmm. And as serious as they just tried to be, whatever, I'm just trying to imagine. We actually were just watching some gameplay footage of old Doom stuff. Mm-hmm. We found this picture of my daughter at my mom's house when she's like an infant or toddler, where she's sitting back, she has her hands up, and she looks like is it an archfiend or something?
Fiend, yeah. Like the fire guy?
Yeah, he does this and shoots like a fireball at you, and she looks like that. And we got to talking about that, and then we started watching that from there, and it got me thinking about Doom again, and now you saying that literally was just like yesterday, day before. Mm-hmm. And they'll throwing in the idea of one of your guns. You hit the BFG and the Gatling gun and the super shotgun and all that stuff of them having personalities and talking to you. That's hilarious.
It's one of those things where I think like either playing just a bit of it just to kind of see the humor, and as a piece of art, I appreciate it. I think it's really well done.
Well, I mentioned before, I loved Earthworm Jim just because it had that same kind of irreverent, kind of just stupid humor. And that seems like that's kind of in line with that. I don't know if it's quite the same.
I would say it's definitely the same. It's in the same lane as Earthworm Jim. Yeah. It's very very goofy, very very lighthearted. This is probably a little cruder than Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm Jim has a scene or the thing where the crow is throwing puppies at the window. You have to run over and you have like
there you go. There you go.
You're bouncing them into the air and they're going end over end, and like of course if you don't catch them, they splat. And all this stuff. So it's pretty irreverent for its time.
Well, there are these little almost mogwai looking creatures in this called the Fergles, and they're a species that are bred solely because they're good drugs. And so there is some comedy with them being very disposable. So yeah, I along the same line.
I would probably play that before I got into playing like some kind of elaborate, Death Stranding or Last of Us spinoff or whatever. I'd be more likely to play that because I could play it and walk away from it and not have to come back to it.
That's very interesting. I mean, we're going to talk about Death Stranding a little later. But yeah, I would say this kind of game doesn't actually expect a lot from you, from the player.
That's the kind of game I'm looking for.
Just have fun. Oh, another thing. Oh, what is it called? There's a movie with Denise Richards about a dinosaur. Have you ever heard of this film? All right. So anyway, this movie exists in its entirety in this game. You could literally just sit on the couch in this game and watch movies.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. I gotta look that film up.
This is the world that legalized marijuana has taken us to. A video game that you can get on and just watch TV.
It's called Tammy and the T-Rex.
Never heard of it.
Right here. It's ridiculous. I watched about 20 minutes of it. And I was like, I'm done. No, let's go. Let's go play.
That's probably a teenage Denise Richards, right?
Yeah, I mean, 1994, yeah. And she I think was, 98 or 99 with Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very young.
That's just getting her on film so that people can see her. And it sells itself from there, I guess.
There was also the male actor. I don't know how long he was in it. The part I stopped watching was when he got Paul Walker, when he was getting beat up. Yeah, yeah. That shows you why the film exists.
Gotcha.
But I think there are some other films in there. I mean, just the fact that they would put an entire film inside of a video game is ridiculous.
Always like the one of the Uncharted's. You can sit down and play Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, I think like it's one level, right?
Yeah, it's
Uncharted 4.
You can play just a little bit of it, but I always thought that was kind of funny to go in and you're playing a video game and go in and play another video game inside.
The first time I remember ever being able to do that was with Day of the Tentacle. This was like early 90s. You could go to Ed's room and play Maniac Mansion, which is the game that Day of the Tentacle is a sequel to. You could play the entirety of Maniac Mansion in Day of the Tentacle.
Could you not do that? And I borrowed one of them from you. Maybe the remake of Wolfenstein. Could you not go back and play like an old level of Wolfenstein and that?
I think you could. I think you could access old Wolfenstein and new Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, good stuff. It's a fun. Give it a go. It's one of those games like, hey, give it a go, see if you like it. But I like it, and I'm looking forward to playing it again.
Cool.
All right. The next thing you're looking forward to.
This is Caught Stealing.
Caught Stealing.
We
saw this in a trailer in the theater, right?
Did we? Maybe we did.
Well, I know I've seen the trailer in the theater on some movie that I watched.
It seemed like when I caught it the other day might have been the first time I saw it, so maybe that was something else.
Okay. I'm trying to think of the films I've seen in the theater recently.
Because you went to go see Mission Impossible and some
might
stuff
have
like
been
that after. after we saw
It might have been on Mission Impossible. That seems like the same type of movie.
What completely drew me to this is who made it. And it's that Aronofsky guy. Is it Darren?
Darren Aronofsky.
Here's his list of stuff. Requiem for a Dream,
Mm-hmm.
Black Swan,
Mm-hmm.
Mother,
Mm-hmm.
The Wrestler,
Mm-hmm.
The Fountain,
Mm-hmm.
The Whale.
Okay. I haven't seen The Wrestler.
The Wrestler is awesome.
Because all of the other ones they're real... Cerebral's not the word. They're like emotional, I guess. They're very, they're heavy. Is The Wrestler a heavy film as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's not a happy story.
I'm all for non-happy stories.
Yeah, and it's whatever you think about those kinds of movies, the dude has really never missed.
Yeah.
And this kind of need to see the trailer to kind of get a better sense of this thing. It's got Austin Butler, that was the guy that played the Elvis in the Tom Hanks Elvis movie.
Mm-hmm.
Zoe Kravitz, the Catwoman from the most recent, the Batman, whatever it was called.
I wasn't sure if that's who that was, but yeah, okay.
And Vincent D'Onofrio in it, which Full Metal Jacket. To what was he just in Daredevil? What's the Kingpin. Got Liev Schreiber. I've never seen anything that Liev Schreiber's been in that I didn't like. At least I didn't like him in it. Sometimes the movie hasn't been perfect, but he's in it. I think Matt Smith, he's like a Doctor Who and House of Dragons guy. I didn't know him, but this thing looks like, I'm a big fan of movies like Smoking Aces and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and those kind of British gangster movies that are just kind of...
Ever seen Yellow Cake?
No.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'll have to look that
Daniel
one.
Craig.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Those type of movies. No, I was just trying to think about the scene. I was like, I don't think I've even heard that one. So, got some homework to do.
There you go.
But the whole thing starts with, in the trailer, is that this guy, the guy from Doctor Who, is like a British punk dude. The Matt Smith guy.
Yeah, Matt Smith, yeah.
He's got like a big mohawk. He's like trying to be like this British punk guy.
Yeah.
He leaves his cat with Austin Butler, the guy who's Elvis. I think he's like maybe a minor league sports, like a baseball player or something. I'm not exactly
like
sure.
in the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he's a young guy who's dating Zoe Kravitz and that. And because he's like cat sitting this punk guy, these gangsters come looking for the punk guy and get him. And it looks like every time he gets turned around, every time he turns around, he gets beaten up. He gets beat up by these gangsters and kind of gets involved in this kind of crazy. It seems very Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels ish. I can't remember what the guy's name that did that thing. He did Snatch. The Brad Pitt thing. Multiple of those kinds of movies, and Smoking Aces was a different guy, but I love those just kind of crazy, all these kind of different converging gangs get into a 4 or 5 way fight, and it seems like what this thing is. The trailer is pretty chaotic, it looks pretty crazy, but I can't see how this director would have tied himself to something that is not.
It doesn't
strong.
Seem like his kind of film, though.
It doesn't seem, there's none of the other things that I've seen are like that. They are really more existential or downers, and maybe this goes that way too. I don't know if that's where it ends up, but I always hold his name in my head, and we talked about there's movies that I would recommend to somebody because they're a great film, but I will not recommend them because they're soul crushing. Requiem for a Dream is probably number 1 on that list.
Yeah.
It's such a good film, and I don't want to watch it again myself. I don't want to be like, hey Randy, you want to go sit down and watch this? And maybe after that we can play Russian roulette or something. I'm like,
I would say there are a couple of tiers. There's like, with a warning, this is a good movie, you should check it out. I can't really recommend you see it, but I really enjoyed it, and I did not enjoy this movie, but I recognize that it was a good movie.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it, and I recommend you don't see it.
Yeah.
Requiem for a Dream is that last.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy my time with that film. I appreciate what he did, but oh my goodness. Talk about
Black Swan,
depressing.
Mother, all of those are just.
Mother was awesome. I enjoyed Mother, but it was crazy.
Yeah, no, you're watching it, and it's like it's so unsettling.
I think I enjoyed Mother like one enjoys like a piece of art.
I've loved Mother. We could talk about it more on another show for the same reason that I loved Valhalla Rising, and that I was chasing what in the heck was going on for all through this movie, and when it clicked what it was, I was like, wow, okay, I had no idea, and don't want to give that away because we might talk about that in a later show. But Mother is
that's definitely not what this kind of this film looks like. This film looks like Payback with Mel Gibson. I mean, it just looks like a gangster film.
Yeah. Have you seen Smoking Aces, Lock, Stock, those guys?
I don't think so.
Snatch.
I've seen Snatch.
Let me look something up real quick while I'm there. The guy who did Lock, Stock.
Yeah, Smoking Aces. If I saw Smoking Aces, like it sounds familiar, but yeah, it's Ryan Reynolds in it.
Yeah. Oh, he's great in that.
It was probably one of those films I wasn't paying attention to as it was going, so I didn't really see it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of it as I'm searching it. Guy Ritchie.
Okay.
Is the that brought up Guns Up, so
okay.
My internet doesn't want to cooperate with what I'm trying to do. Guy Ritchie films, they're kind of what I was talking about. They're usually a little bit like Tarantino stuff, sort of like Pulp Fiction, where you have all these kind of hyper developed characters. Really, Liev Schreiber in this plays like, I think in the picture there. Yeah, that's the picture. He's one of those two guys. He's one of the Hasidic Jewish guys.
Oh yeah.
That's a gangster. So, yeah. And they're clashing with, I think, some like Puerto Rican gangs.
Well, the premise is that
Italians and
the Matt Smith's character stole money that belongs to all these different gangs, right?
Yeah. I think in the trailer you go like he's got a little storage unit that's got like a bunch of like
welcome to Narnia.
Bunch of jackets with like spikes and stuff on it, and he pushes it aside, and inside are all these machine guns and like bags of cash. So I don't know if he's stolen from all the gangs or what the deal is on the story of that, but it generally I wouldn't have turned those movies into something. I'm really looking forward to that, but what takes that away from that might be fun to watch to something I really want to see is just the fact that Aronofsky.
I was about to say I would. The fact that it's Aronofsky makes me trepidatious about seeing it in the theater.
Yeah.
Being like, hey, come on, let's go see this movie. Hey, in the theater.
Oh yeah, let's go see it and then find out that like everybody dies of something horribly tragic.
Everybody dies, and it makes you question your life choices.
Yeah. I love sitting in a theater after you've just been stomped on, your soul shot across the room. So, but yeah, I had a couple movies kind of like that I wanted to see that I've seen floating around, and that was what separated that from some other ones for me. Just the involvement of him. When you look at that lineup of movies I just rolled off, and this is his next thing, I'm like, it better be good. It looks good. I don't know if it'll stay in line with all of his other kind of crazy cerebral stuff, but if it just goes down the route of Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, I've rewatched that movie so many times. It seems like that's a crime that you haven't seen that. If you haven't, that's a great movie. It's like Jason Statham back when he had hair.
Is he in it?
Oh yeah. He's probably. I don't know if it's the first thing that he did. It's the first thing I ever saw him in. Okay. This was like '98, maybe something like that. Okay. On Lock, Stock, and that's before he started doing.
I know I haven't seen that.
That's before he started doing the Transporter films, and all those turned into all the other things.
I think the first thing I saw him in, he was like against Jet Li.
Yeah, that was probably after at least 2 Transporter movies.
Wasn't that like when Jet Li was the dog or something?
It was called War, wasn't it?
War?
Something like that.
Maybe. Jet Li.
Yeah, Jet Li was sort of like this caged animal.
War, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like caged. He had a collar and stuff.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
My wife enjoys those. When I talk about like Imogene Poots or Jennifer Connelly, Jason Statham is her Jennifer Connelly. I won't begrudge her that. I don't make judgments along
They
those
need to-
lines, but
They need to collab on something.
yeah, he's getting on up there too. The rest they all are.
They all are.
Yeah.
That's. I've got a comment about that on something else.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the last thing
Called Stealing comes out end of August.
End of August, so soon, relatively.
August the 29th.
All right.
Nice thing about those kind of movies too is that you don't get a trailer on them and coming out in 2027 because we have to do 8 years of special effects to finish this thing.
Yeah.
It's a gangster movie. There's going to be a lot of shooting and fights. So.
Well, let me know if you've seen the theater.
It probably depends on what else is happening then.
Yeah.
I may wait and just hope that it comes to a service that we have. But...
I might watch a review.
Yeah.
Be like, okay, tell me what kind of movie this is.
Yeah.
All right, so the last thing that I'm kind of looking forward to immediately is Death Stranding. This is very similar to High on Life. Okay, so for me in video games, I am a, hey, I'll play this for 20 hours. Hey, there's something else. I'm manic when it comes to video games. For me to stick on, like, I've stuck on Dune for a month. For me to stick on a game like that is unusual.
I had to turn around. Like, this is the Daryl.
Yeah, this is the Daryl Dixon. This is the Norman Reedus game. With Kojima. Hideo Kojima is probably the closest thing we have in the video game industry to like a true auteur. Like, he makes what he wants, and people want what he makes.
Yeah,
you know. And a lot of people do criticize him, saying, "Oh, he just wants to make movies," but the video games he makes are very compelling. Now, if I describing the Death Stranding gameplay loop sounds really boring, but it is very compelling. You're traveling across the country, reconnecting these different bases on what's called the chiral network. And it's just think of like a future internet, essentially. And so they're able to communicate with each other, and then they'll say, hey, we need these supplies. So you're over here, over on this other location needs some supplies, so you load up on those supplies, take them to the location on foot.
This is
like post-apocalyptic.
Something happening to get rid of internet and communications and stuff.
Kojima is very ethereal with a lot of his narratives. And there's this thing where like ghosts manifest in the world and they start like attacking people. And then the rain becomes toxic to the point where if it touches you, you age. And any living tissue it touches, grass or anything, it ages like really rapidly. So like if you get caught in the rain, just like one rainstorm, you'll die because you'll just age. And so that a big thing of this is trying to stay out of the rain and stay covered and that kind of stuff.
Watching the Weather Channel more closely.
Right. And they have these prenatal infants that they carry around in these false wombs, and those babies tell you if there are ghosts near.
So
that's
weird.
The
thing I've seen.
Yeah, that orange thing he carries with the baby in it.
People show up at cons. I've seen things walking around with a thing like a baby and a thing on their back or something. That must be what that's from. Now,
I'm going to ask you to write this band down because there's a band that does the theme song for this called Low Roar.
Oh, I know Low Roar.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. They do some music for a lot of the music for this. Yeah. Fantastic music on it. So it kind of gives you the feeling of what this game is going for.
Always been an alternative indie band guy, and I had Low Roar down, open on a tab at one point on my phone because I wanted to make sure my son does the same thing. He follows a lot of the same type of music, and it was just to make sure he'd heard of them. And I think you heard? Yeah, I know Low Roar. I was like, okay,
okay. So. And the reason this really kind of came to my attention or came back to me wanting to play it is the second game. I think it's out now. If not, it's out very soon. And I played this game back when it first came out, like right when it first came out. I was so excited for it. And like I said, I played it for like 30 hours, got distracted with something else. And the way this game works, he calls it a strand game. So like there are all these things you can do in the world to make it easier to travel, like build roads and stuff like that. Well, if other people built roads, I can use those roads. So when I first played it, there were no roads. And by the time I stopped playing it, there started to be roads. I'm really curious what it's like now. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Has it been too long? And the rain will erode the road, so you have to keep them up. So are there even any roads anymore? Because if nobody's playing it, all the roads might erode.
Kind of hard to build the road if you go work on the road and it rains on you and kills you.
Yeah. Well, so, you have like a suit and everything like that.
Yeah.
But I do think that's kind of an interesting aspect of this game. It's also Death Stranding too, because I'm obviously not going to play the second one right now. So the game that exists in Death Stranding 2 now is going to be different than the game I play years from now. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of why I want to get back to Death Stranding, is to finish Death Stranding, hopefully to play Death Stranding 2. Yeah. But it is one of those games where, as someone who doesn't play a lot of games, I don't normally recommend people like watch walkthroughs or like summaries. I think this might be worth it because Kojima does love film. I think watching the summary of Death Stranding.
This is another one too. I've seen it a little bit. He actually, almost all the characters are actually actors. Like,
yes, yeah.
Norman Reedus and oh gosh, what's his name?
Oh goodness, Guillermo del Toro, the director, is in it because they're friends. Mads Nicholson is in it.
Yeah,
yeah. There's a bunch of heavy hitters.
Frenchie girl, Leah Seydoux.
I'm going to do Death Stranding cast, get their names.
The girl from the James Bond stuff.
Yeah, Leah. I don't know how you pronounce her last name. Seydoux, probably Seydoux. Yeah. Margaret Qualley.
That's Lindsay Wagner.
You know her.
Lindsay Wagner is the old bionic woman, right?
She's the old bionic woman. She plays like Norman Reedus' mom. And he like has visions of her and she's young. I'm sure that was weird for her. But it's a fantastic cast. They do a great job of recreating them digitally. I'm generally against having actors in video games like this. Kojima's an exception because he takes so much care in it. Yeah. I prefer, like, if you're going to make a video game character, just make a new character. Just make someone new. Yeah. But he very explicitly wants, when he makes these games, like I think he made this game for Norman Reedus. He was like, I have a role for you in a game that I'm making. Yeah. And Norman Reedus was not involved in the production of the game, but he was like around. Yeah. There's a part of me that thinks Kojima just he's fans of people and he uses video games to become friends with them. And I'm like, hey man, have at it, whatever works.
You're a big fan of The Walking Dead and you wanted to go on a motorcycle ride with Norman Reedus, then put him in a video game.
That's right. But with Dune, me playing Dune, I've touched a little bit of Stellar Blade and I'd still like to play that. High on Life, Death Stranding. I am not going to be playing all these this next month. There's no way I'm going to get through all that. We'll see what I do. This is my goal.
Yeah.
Probably won't do half of it. Now we're going to go on to the trailers. These are trailers that came out in this past month that seem interesting to us, essentially.
Okay.
My first one, did you watch this? Good Fortune.
I saw so many of the little thumbnails they put up on trailers to try to grab you in. I kept seeing Keanu Reeves with like angel wings and stuff, and saw it, and then saw the other people involved, and that was just like a.
I thought that would turn you off.
It was an instant, just I said, there's not too many things that I don't just give up on because of who's involved. I can't stand Seth Rogen. I liked his some of his stuff early, some of the comedy, it was kind of irreverent stuff was funny. He's just such a degenerate pervert. I just cannot stand him. I kind of like the idea of The Boys and all that just graphic
I forgot
stuff.
He did that. Yeah.
All that graphic stuff that came into
that.
that didn't need to be in there, and I guarantee you it was there because of him. And whatever he is, he's obsessed with what they tried to not make the Tremors monster look like, and whatever that makes him. He's a pervert. That's all I know to say. And
I'm really curious to see how, because what people think of Keanu Reeves and kind of the reputation of Seth Rogen seem at odds with one another.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see how this
That would
plays
almost
out.
be my thing. It's like, why would Keanu Reeves want to do anything with him at all? But
Well, if it wasn't for Keanu Reeves, and again, I don't claim to know the man. You know, we all have our assumptions about the guy. He seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he would be in a movie that is like just outright disparaging
purposely
of anyone's
offensive.
faith. Yeah. Seth Rogen would.
Yeah, no, he
absolutely.
would make a movie just to insult people's faith.
Well, he made that one movie about the rapture, didn't he? There was some movie where it was like there was a last day on Earth and a bunch of Hollywood people were trying to survive the rapture. I forget what it's called. Doesn't matter. So this movie kind of reminds me of the premise kind of reminds me of City of Angels with Nick Cage, and kind of reminds me of Michael with
John Travolta.
John Travolta. Yeah.
I loved Michael.
Yeah, and that is really what kind of drew me to this. The tiny little wings that he has makes me worried, because that's with tiny wings like that, it usually means they're not taking it seriously. Because there is a TV show, don't know what it's called. It's a British show. It's about angels, but it's kind of like that. And there's a lot of crude jokes in that. They don't take it seriously. And like I'm not looking for something that is like dogmatic about angels and stuff like that, but something that at least treats them with a little bit of humility. And I think Michael did that. I mean, and even at the time, Michael, he was drinking and burping, and he was a foul angel, but
yeah,
I didn't feel as if it was a disrespectful thing.
No. I guess my thought on that is, if you want to roll your dice and...
I will.
Well, I'm talking about people making a movie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You want to roll your dice and make a movie like that and be blasphemous, then I hope that turns out well for you.
The little...
I hope I'm not there to witness what happens to you. Let's say it that way.
The little blurb is: a well-meaning but rather inept angel named Gabriel meddles in the lives of a struggling gig worker and a wealthy venture capitalist. Essentially, he's a guardian angel that wants a little more responsibility. That's the premise. The fact that they name him Gabriel is weird, because Gabriel is this mighty angel, but then, I mean, I'm guessing that's just not, like, they're setting up a whole new lore for angels, I guess.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how it is.
Good luck.
I'll see how it is.
Good luck.
I'll see how it is.
The other guy, whatever his name is,
Aziz Ansari, he's fine.
Most of the things I've seen too, he likes to just try to push people's buttons too, and I don't mind that, trying to push limits and be offensive in comedy and stuff like that. And I don't even say if it has limits. There's some things that you should probably stay away from, and mocking God probably is one of those. You want to, like I said, you want to roll the dice. Hope that works out, but
I'll let you know.
We'll see.
All right, the next one. This is yours. Guns Up.
And I think I saw this in the same trailer bundle that I saw Caught Stealing in. Don't have a lot of notes on this. A pretty basic idea. I kind of became a little bit of a Kevin James fan later. What was the movie he made that was where he was an MMA fighter?
Oh, I was gonna say Mall Cop.
No,
I don't know.
There's one where he's like a school teacher that goes and tries to fight MMA stuff, and actually.
I think I stopped paying attention before that.
I think he.
Here comes the boom.
Here comes the boom. I think he made that movie because he hit that point where he was like, I've kind of become a big fat guy and I want to get in shape. And all these guys that have gotten into jujitsu and things like that.
Uh-huh.
We saw Alex Jones was in Scanner Darkly.
Mm-hmm.
That dude's lost like 100 pounds. And if you look at him, however old he is, he's ripped. He's been doing all these workouts, and everybody kind of gets into that lifestyle, talks about how much it kind of focuses everything in their life. And I think he kind of went down that route too
I mean, this kind of shows you how much weight he's lost recently.
Yeah.
But have you ever seen this meme? The Alex Jones before and after? Before and then 45 days later, he just got a tan. Have you ever seen this?
I have not.
This was back in InfoWars where he was like selling products and stuff like that. And there was some sort of supplement that he was selling.
Okay.
And this is what he put up before and after.
I don't follow his stuff a lot. I just know I've heard Joe Rogan talk about how he's worked out with a lot of people that Rogan knows to kind of get into shape. And
once he gets into meme territory, that's when it comes into like my sphere.
They talk about how he's become a monster, like physically. And I don't know if Kevin James went as far, but like he started doing some of the jiu-jitsu stuff and some of the training and became a pretty impressive looking dude. I think in this movie he still looks a little heavy. The Kevin James, not Alex Jones.
Right. Well, not Alex Jones. Kevin James. He's. I don't like to say that the people who big bone. I don't like that. He's a stout man.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he could ever look lean.
Yeah. But he's got the kind of frame that if you put some muscle on him and teach him to fight, you would not want to probably square up with him either.
Right. Well, that's one thing I was impressed with in the trailer. Yeah, he's good on you, Alex Jones. Yeah. Getting back to his old shape, was that it was believable.
Yeah.
Like some of these movies where this looks like it's a comedy, but it's not like a slapstick.
There's
comedy.
another movie where he's like maybe a bad guy. He's got like a big beard. It's sort of like an intense like horror movie type thing that he was in. I've never been able to track down and see. I think the movie's like The Name of a Girl or something. But I like to see somebody that's like an old Becky, yes.
I've never even heard of that.
It looks pretty cool.
Just the little video, not the video, but the little image that they have for the film looks kind of scary.
I like when you see Robin Williams later do some horror stuff, and you see him kind of starting to be more of a gangster type dude, or in that case, like a horror. I'd like to see that change in an actor, that they're willing to try something else.
But with his physique that he's at in this film, I could believe that he could be a bruiser. I think his punch would land hard.
This movie is like he's an enforcer, or maybe he's trying to get out of being like an enforcer and open like a restaurant with his family.
His son asks in the trailer. His son asks him, "Are you John Wick?" They're like, say what everyone's thinking.
It's got Christina Ricci in it too, and the trailer kind of takes you there too. If you watch the trailer, that once they kind of get into fighting these mobsters, that she just kind of goes medieval on people too, and then like he's like, it's like, you're being pretty aggressive.
it has. I would not be surprised if it turns out she is some ex killer or something like that. It gave me, toward the end of the trailer, it gave me Mr. and Mrs. Smith vibes.
Yeah.
So like I could totally be like, well,
even like Nobody a little bit.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Like, well, what if Mr. and Mrs. Smith didn't know about each other until they had kids? And that's this film. I think that's the vibes I'm getting.
She's one of those ones I think she's pretty close to the same age as I am. I've kind of grown up as she's grown up, and have seen her from when she was like a little girl in movies to now she's playing adult roles and stuff. So kind of like Drew Barrymore or Juliette Lewis, people like that. Or
I don't know if it was just because we weren't paying attention as children, or if it really is that the actors have grown up with us. But it really seems like there's a market for middle-aged people movies. That's what it seems like. It's because, I mean, this movie could have been made with people who were 24, 25 years old,
But you couldn't have the parents with teenage kids part. You have to get to this age, my age, of people to have that little group of kids that are in the trailer that are.
Well, I think that might go right into like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Well, they made this movie, but when they were younger and we were younger, so it kind of seems like there's like Hollywood, the focus of Hollywood of they're wanting to make movies for a demographic. That demographic has aged.
Yeah.
At least it seems that way, and it might just be because I'm focused on me.
Did you see the Netflix thing that was like it's like a family against the aliens, like the Robinsons versus?
Yes, that was funny.
What was that called? This to me almost seemed like that kind of dynamic, but with mobsters instead of aliens.
Neighborhood Watch? No,
it was an animated thing.
Oh no, I'm thinking of a different film.
No,
than you.
It was like the Robinsons versus the world or something. And,
yeah, the thing I was thinking of was The Watch.
No.
4 men who form a neighborhood watch group as they get out of their day-to-day family routines themselves, defending Earth from an alien invasion. That was in 2012. Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, Jonah Hill, and Richard Ayoade, the guy from the It Crowd.
Yeah.
Or the
I
IT
thought it was
Crowd.
Robinson. Like it's a different name. I'm not going to find it.
But if you haven't seen that, it's funny. It's a Ben Stiller film.
Yeah. Yeah. The Guns Up's probably of those just vanilla things that be a fun watch one night when you need to find something to watch. But
and any more really action films, kind of like we're talking about Tremors, action films are good family films anymore.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, who with video games and stuff, I mean, we're okay with the idea of someone getting shot.
Yeah. Yeah. The violence that we accept at this point is way beyond.
Way
when
beyond.
We were watching The Incredible Hulk on Friday night or The Dukes of Hazzard. And I was trying to still find this thing. I'll keep looking for it.
Interesting. She, Christina Ricci, looks like she voiced Catwoman in Batman Caped Crusader, and also voiced Harley Quinn in Harley Quinn and the Joker Sound Mind.
It is Mitchells versus the Machines was what I was trying to think of.
Okay.
And Danny McBride, I think, plays the dad in that one. Maya Rudolph and but yeah, kind of a thing with like sort of those middle school, early high school age kids and watching their parents try to fight and the parents are arguing. A little bit like The Incredibles, you know, where the superheroes that have kids and they're arguing over like who's going to pick up the kid while they're fighting villains and stuff like that. And this kind of seems like in that kind of world of stuff. So probably not the most original thing that's ever been, but
yeah, it looks like a good time
with the people involved. I mean, Christina Ricci and Kevin James. As long as the movie's decent, I'll watch it because I like them. In the same vein that there are people like Seth Rogen that if they're involved in something, I'm just like, nah. That there are people that I like if their thing is, even if it's okay, I'll watch it because not that my $12 of support for a ticket is going to make or break them, but I can still support the things that I like and not support the things that I don't.
Well, the next thing, the next film that I watched the trailer for was Xeno. Want to talk about it? Don't have a lot to say. I don't. This isn't a film that I know anybody in. I have no idea who made it.
I saw the trailer one time and I haven't gone back to look at it.
It's E.T. It's a new E.T. That's what it is.
It's an ugly
E.T.
Ugly E.T.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm sure they're going to make the monster cute in its own way, you know.
Yeah. But a kid befriends an alien that he finds, or she.
It's a she.
She in this one, and
protects it from the government.
It's pretty horrific looking.
Yeah.
And
well, in the trailer it says that it's a bioweapon, so it's like the premise could have very well been like, because it's called Xeno, like what if a kid found an alien from the Aliens franchise and became its friend?
Yeah.
You know, like that was probably the premise when they were talking about it.
Yeah.
So
it looked interesting enough. It didn't.
Yeah. This is one of those when it comes to Netflix, I'll gladly put it on a Sunday afternoon.
Yep.
If I had a kid, I'd probably take it to the theater. Like, come on, kid, come watch this movie.
Yeah.
It's like this old movie that I saw when I was a kid.
It's like E.T.
Yeah.
Cooler.
Yeah, exactly. But I do like seeing these kind of movies still getting made. Obviously, movies for children. But just the premise, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. It's.
I think the last one of those kind of movies that we've kind of enjoyed with our kids was like The Last Mimsy or something.
Yeah.
It was just like this random thing. I think we caught it in a hotel and started watching it, and it was like, oh, this is not bad. And then like the kids got into it, and it was like, I think we found it again once we got home and watched it again.
And now I'm thinking of that monster truck movie where there's a monster inside of a truck.
Yeah.
So there's a genre of kid finds monster, befriends monster.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder what all the films are in that.
Oh,
I'm sure there's a lot.
There's probably more than we're even could probably even think of if we sat here and searched for 10 minutes.
Yeah. We'll talk about aliens coming from outer space and befriending humans. Superman.
Pretty decent transition.
Good transition,
right? I've tried to stay away from these kind of films because these are films that it just seems like half of the world just wants to argue over before it ever gets here. And you get so tired of hearing about it before it even gets here that half the time I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Whether it just comes out or whether it's good or it's bad. I just want y'all to shut up and stop talking about it. But the flip side of that is we grew up with the original Superman movies, the Christopher Reeves movies, and a lot of DC stuff. And I still want a movie like this to be good. I don't want it to fail.
I think we all still really want like a DC universe.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see Batman and Superman in the same movie, not fighting.
And as horribly managed as the first round of DC stuff was, where they were trying to figure out how to counter the Marvel build up to the Avengers, and they were just throwing stuff at you with no thought and no plan. That however much harm that did to that whole franchise is probably hard to even measure at this point. But you had some great castings for people in the middle of all that, but it was just so wasted because it was so disconnected and just so bleh.
I have some typed out ramblings somewhere where it was one of those like I'm gonna if they fix the DCU kind of thing, like they should have done this and they should have done this, and that might be a leftovers or a coffee service one day where I just ramble about the Snyder DCU.
Yeah.
Because I was a fan of that. I did like what Snyder did. I think Zack Snyder is a visionary filmmaker. I think he's a horrible storyteller.
Yeah, when you kind of come back and look at the whole body of work, then it seems like that really just harmed the DC franchise.
Yeah, and it's a shame because I will agree with a lot of the criticisms about the stories and the characterizations of the Zack Snyder DCU, but the casting for his DCU I thought was fantastic.
Yeah,
I really did.
Henry Cavill was a great Superman.
Great.
Gal Gadot was a good Wonder Woman. I think I could have found better ones, but she was good.
The issue they had with Henry Cavill's representation of Superman, I think, was completely directorial. Yeah, completely. But
Ben
we
Affleck, I love Ben Affleck Batman.
Same, and
but it just doesn't seem like it was too late in his career, or you had to. You had to get to an older Batman arc, and I don't know if that matched up with all the other story stuff. And everybody likes who played Aquaman.
Jason Momoa.
Everybody likes him. I don't know why. He has good hair.
Yeah. Good hair and a good body.
What else has he done outside of just walked around and been like, hey, check out my hair and my arms? I'm like, yay, good for you.
Well, he made a good Duncan Idaho, I thought, in Dune.
Yeah, that was good because he was actually playing a character.
not just Jason Momoa.
I've tried to watch those Aquaman movies and I'm just like,
no. Oh goodness, I watched the first one. Horrible. Horrible.
I could not get through them. I tried and I was like,
I forgot about those. I actually forgot about those films.
And then when you go to the Flash with casting somebody that's in the middle of an emotional breakdown, that probably wasn't the best idea.
I did not forget about that one. Oh my goodness. Good seeing it was good seeing Keaton back in the suit, but at what price must we pay?
Yeah, it's just literally just been taking a handful of money and throwing it at a wall and hoping that it would stick, and it bounced off every time. But coming back to
Superman,
you're getting back to a younger casting of David.
I was looking up his name. You got his name? Cornsworth? Cornsweat?
Almost like
Cornsweat. Sorry. Cornsweat.
But he is just now 31 years old.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got plenty of time.
Even probably more appropriately, he's bigger than Christopher Reeves. He's 6'4".
Really? Wow.
So
he does not film that tall.
What's Henry Cavill?
I think he's
is Henry Cavill?
I thought he was 6'2".
Is he that big? I've always assumed that he was a small.
No, he's big.
He's a tight package dude.
He's 6'1".
Okay, so he's bigger than I thought.
But
so many of those guys that play superheroes are always a little short dude that puts on a lot of muscle because of roids. And yeah, 6'4" that's the kind of casting you should be going for a Superman.
Yeah.
And I have no idea who's playing this girl, Rachel Brosnahan, that's playing Lois Lane. I love the fact that it's somebody that I don't know.
Lois Lane has been one of those characters that I don't think I've liked any Lois.
I've always accepted the first one because that was the first one that I was given, and I've always thought that why does Superman like this chick?
Right.
It's like she's awful.
Yeah.
It's like you're from another planet. You're the most powerful dude in the universe, and you're dealing with this maniacal reporter. That's
if I could say like the Superman that I kind of like the most, and this is purely age and all that, is Smallville. Like I really like the Adventures of Superman, Lois Lane in the 90s, a TV show.
Yeah.
I really like that portrayal with Dean Cain. But I like Smallville Superman. I did not like Smallville Lois Lane. Because
I never watched either of those because we were in that spot where we didn't have cable. It was like you'd see them, you could buy like the DVD collection, and I was like, back then I was like $40.
That I would say both of those, and it's interesting that they're both TV shows. I would say both of those are worth I'm sure the 90s Superman show you could just watch online somewhere.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Probably on like a free one like Tubi or something.
Yeah. I would say it's worth putting on.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're dealing with cards or something.
Yeah.
If you're interested. But I think personally, James Gunn, his body of work has earned my viewing of this film.
I always have to remind myself of what he's done. That he's done so many good movies that I kind of became more aware of himself just with what was the bad guys superhero combo movie?
Creature Commandos? No, that's a TV show.
That before that,
the Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad stuff. That was kind of the first time I was really hearing his name and paying attention to his name, and it seemed like it was a lot of still sort of thrashing around in this DC universe trying to figure out what to do. And
I became aware of him because of Slither.
I did not know that he was Slither until I was doing some back research on some stuff we've talked about once we started doing this show.
And then I watched a movie called Super, which I thought was really well done.
The Ellen Page, the guy from The Office.
The Office, yeah.
I can't remember what his name is. His name it seemed like it's a girl.
It's an interesting name. Yeah, it's not Dwight. Rainn Wilson.
Rainn Wilson.
Yeah.
I heard that name. I was like, is that one of the Beach Boys' daughters? I was like, oh no, that's the Office guy.
And then he was involved in the narrative construction. Like, he wasn't the writer, but he was involved in the game called Lollipop Chainsaw. And I loved that game. It was just goofy cheerleader. You play a cheerleader killing zombies. It was great. And
I love the Belko experiment.
That was wild.
And
then when he made Guardians of the Galaxy, I didn't know who the Guardians of the Galaxy was. I've heard of them, and that was literally as far as it went. I loved it.
The first two movies were really fun, and then it got kind of absorbed into the Avengers thing.
Yeah. But yeah, the Belko experiment, and I've enjoyed all the Guardian stuff. I've enjoyed the Suicide Squad stuff. The Peacemaker TV series I thought was fun. He's earned my viewership.
Yeah.
I have my nitpicks about what I've seen in the trailer. I have my worries, but I'm just kind of like I guess I'm just doing this at some point. I'm falling into the don't ask questions, just consume mindset.
Yeah,
I'm like, you know what? Just show me what you got, man.
If it's good, it's good. If it's not, there's a lot of people here that I like. There's Nathan Fillion from Firefly. And Nathan Fillion should have always been the Uncharted Nathan Drake, but never got to be, other than that little short film that I think he and some friends made or something.
They had 15 years when he was like prime Nathan Drake age.
Yes.
And they pissed it away. Excuse my language, but that's what they did.
You got Nicholas Hoult.
So frustrating.
He's really good and stuff. He's playing Lex Luthor.
His Lex Luthor, I will make this one comment. His Lex Luthor, his voice, I can't help but hear Jared Leto's Joker.
Okay.
In the trailers I've seen.
I would have not put those together because I don't really ever think about Jared Leto very much.
One shouldn't. I realized a long time ago, like Jared Leto, like I was using the word attraction. I was attracted to his work because I realized the reason it is the name Leto. Leto Atreides and Dune. Yes. It's a weird thing where I was like imposing my admiration of Duke Leto onto Jared Leto.
Image for some reason myself that like stuff that he was in was good. Maybe because somebody else had told me that or something. Right. And then I tracked them down and everything that I watched was like, this is not good. He's not good. And
I think it's one of those things where
movies in, you're like, I don't want to watch any more of his things because they're just not good.
I think it's one of those things where like the people who make movies thinks he's good, so you should think he's good, you know? Yeah. There was a movie that he was in where he played this man who was like the oldest man on earth.
The only thing that I can think of that I've seen him in that I thought was good was the role he played in the Dallas Buyers Club.
Mm. I liked him in and not just because he got his face bashed in. I liked him in Fight Club.
Yeah. I always forget that that's him in that.
Yeah.
Because he's like blonde haired and doesn't look at all like this.
Doesn't look at all like him.
Yeah, that's the movie though that didn't have anything to do with him.
No.
It could have been anybody. I mean, you got Meatloaf was a character in that, and he was great. And that's because the movie was great.
Mr. Nobody. I
yeah.
watched that because he was in it, and afterwards and I might just be too dumb for it, I guess. But I was just like, what? After I watched that, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But there's a lot.
He was in Lord of War? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that was a great movie.
He's like the brother or something in that.
He was? See, I didn't. Yeah. That was before I recognized him as an actor, like as a person, I guess. No, that's horrible to say that. That was before I recognized him in his roles. There you go.
Yes. Yeah. You got in Superman. You got Nathan Fillion is playing the Green Lantern, which I did not understand because I'm not a comic book guy that goes into all the traditional comic stuff.
He's playing a specific Green Lantern.
I saw the guy with the bowl cut, and I think maybe you told me or somebody told me, it's like, oh, that's Nathan Fillion. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then then I saw like in the credits that he's Green Lantern. I'm like, wouldn't the Green Lantern have like a French bowl cut or something? Or what is that? But
the character is Guy Gardner. Okay. That's one of the things I hate about that is they say Green Lantern. Well, no, like Superman. You can say Superman because Superman has only ever been one man.
Yeah, Green Lantern's a
bunch of people.
Yeah, all kinds of people. It could be like the space pig that's a Green Lantern, or there's all those different character or different aliens that are different Green Lanterns on their planet and stuff. But
let me show you.
I don't know what the what the decision was to go with that.
Here's him in the comics. So I mean, he does have a bowl haircut in the comics.
Interesting choice, but
yeah.
Whatever. I guess there's a reason behind most of this. The Frank Grillo, I like stuff that he's in. He's sort of like a lot of B-movie stuff, a lot of military stuff.
Oh yeah.
He was just in the werewolf movie that Logan and I watched here, the thing where the supermoon turned everybody into werewolves.
Well, didn't he play Crossbones in the MCU?
Yes.
Yeah.
And one of those movies, maybe the Winter Soldier era stuff or something.
Yeah. He was in. I think he was in two of them. One before he got his Crossbones armor, and the second then after, and got beat up in both.
So. You got a lot of guys. I guess in a big budget movie like this, you're going to have a lot. You got Michael Rooker and Sean Gunn, the guy that played in
Alan Tudyk. As
he's Superman.
He's the robots. Okay, he's the voice of the robots.
Bradley Cooper's in it.
Okay,
so
that's a star-studded cast.
Going to be a big budget thing with all kinds of effects and stuff. And like I said, I don't go into that being like my summer is gonna make or break on whether or not this is good or not. To me, it's no different than Guns Up for me. If it's a good time, fine. If it's awful, whatever.
I don't wish it to fail.
Yeah, I want it to
I want it. I want it to be good.
I want it to be good, and I also want them to just calm down on the superhero stuff at this point. Just give us one movie a year. Let there be a superhero thing each summer that people can get excited about. And
I miss big summer blockbuster films.
Stop milking all of this stuff just relentlessly. I don't need spin-off series. I don't need prequels. I don't need you to come into this movie and tell me for the 18th time how he became Superman or how he got here. We know all that. If you don't know that at this point, then go watch something else or something. That's what kills me every time you remake something is you waste so much of a film going back through and showing how he became Batman or how Superman got here, and then they change something that's different from the first time, and that makes half the people say, "Well, they didn't do that right. They didn't do this right." Like, I don't care. He's Superman. Give me him flying around being Superman. I don't.
One of the things that kind of helped me, I guess you could say, to get over some of the little stupid nitpicks about in films and whatnot, is to understand that because this movie exists doesn't mean whatever version of Superman I enjoy is changed in any way.
Yeah.
It's like that. The Superman I enjoy, that's still that Superman. That Superman exists, he's fine. No, you're not seeing that Superman on the silver screen.
Yeah.
But this is a different version of Superman. Maybe you'll like it.
Just make something that's solid enough. You have a good recasting that you can make another movie or two with it and not have to change it all again and not have to come back through and tell us how he got here again or recast his parents or have something else happen again. Just if these people work out and the movie succeeds, then that can give us a spot where you can have another movie with Superman, which would be even better because then you don't have to go back through and explain any of the backstory anymore because you've already got it explained in this one.
I'm really interested to see how they're going to move forward with this Superman, and James Gunn is doing his own universe. Yeah. But so we're going to have this Superman, and eventually he's going to have some sort of Batman, I assume. But then you also have the Batman with Robert Pattinson, completely separate universe.
I don't think they ever look like they're lined up to ever cross paths, and
I think they at least from the trailer, it seems like they're too thematically different.
Yeah,
I can't see in Robert Pattinson's Batman universe that big monster that's in the trailer. Yeah, that doesn't make sense in that world.
Yeah.
Because of the MCU.
Was that Suicide Squad where at the end
the starfish
they fight that giant starfish thing?
Yeah. And the second, which one is it? The Suicide Squad, the second one.
The one that had Idris Elba in it.
Yeah, with the
good one,
and also
or the better one.
I forget the actor's name, but the polka dot man.
Yeah, and Shark Guy, King Shark King.
Yeah, something like that.
That is a much more ludicrous world than that kind of crime drama thing they made with the Batman, and keep those separate. And if you want to throw Batman into it, then just cast somebody.
If there's any benefit to what the MCU has done to the audience, is I think the audience now could very well accept two Batmans existing at the same time.
Yeah,
like I don't think people would have a problem with that. No one would get confused. 20 years ago, it would have been an issue, but now
we grew up through Michael Keaton to Val Kilmer to George Clooney to, was there somebody else in that mix? Was that all of them?
Yeah.
They
because it was Keaton, Kilmer.
Was anybody between
and Clooney? No.
Him and Clooney. Okay.
Then it was Bale.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So I mean, it's going to
people
change.
know the different but also with the MCU, people are understanding the idea of like different universes. So it's like, well, this is this Batman's universe, and this is this Batman universe.
That's what's broken the whole system is the whole multiverse thing. That became such a crutch for bad writing. That's
why when I was talking about Dune, I was like, I'm when I tell people about it or when I talk to people about it, I try to be very explicit. This is not a multiverse. This technically what we're doing now didn't even happen. Yeah. So this is literally fan fiction is what we're doing.
Yeah.
So have fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Hope this is good, and I'm sure
Yeah.
there'll be a mix of people that will claim it's the greatest thing that's ever happened, and people that'll say it's a crime against humanity. And
Those people, like we were saying before, those people made up their mind whether they're going to love or hate the movie before they even went in.
yeah, and if you have a YouTube channel where that's just what your thing is to destroy everything or promote
Or to love everything.
blindly promote everything.
You get those people who have made their attention. I don't know if they've actually made fortunes, but they've gotten their attention from like crying emotionally because the trailer came out. I'm like, okay, all right, calm down.
We're honest here in Appalachia.
Maybe a little ornery, but we're honest.
We'll watch it and tell you what we think.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
The dog was a good move. It's stupid.
It doesn't seem like
but it's
the
a
right
dog.
type of dog, but it would have been. I like the inclusion of the dog.
It looked kind of like, what kind of dog would you think? More like
I
a
thought it was
Labrador?
like the ones I've always seen from cartoons. Again, I'm just working with the ideas that people have already put out there. Is always like a white, short-haired. I don't know what kind of type of dog that would be, but yeah.
Yeah, he's a little shaggy in the.
He's a little too labradoodle.
Yeah.
To me, to be that, but
Like a boxer? Is that kind of what that is?
maybe something like that.
Kind of looks like Scooby Doo.
Boxers have got that weird snout and stuff. So it's just a generic
Like
dog.
a Labrador.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably trying to be more like a lab because that's the dog that 75% of the world owns are Labradors or something like that. But
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Interesting.
it seemed like it was a weird choice for the type of dog, but whatever.
Well, it works on me because I'm more the shaggy dog. That's more my type of dog.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah. If the movie comes down to writing on what type of dog it was, then it's probably not a very good movie.
Right. All right. Well, I think the last thing I'm gonna talk about is Megan 2.0. Did you watch this trailer?
I've seen the trailer.
You've seen the
couple
trailer.
times, yes.
You've seen the first one?
Yes, seen the first movie.
What do you think? The big thing about the Megan 2.0 is they've changed genres essentially, because the first movie was supposed to be just a straight horror film.
Yeah,
maybe a horror comedy along the lines of Chucky. That's kind of what it was. It was like a Chucky but girl android.
Yes.
I didn't when it came out. I wasn't real interested in it. I saw it at one point. It was on. I was like, might as well. I've heard good things.
Yeah. It wasn't bad.
It was fine. It did its job. Give me upgraded Megan fighting another robot. Yes, please.
Yeah.
That's right up my alley. I've mentioned before, I've told you that like Alita is that I'm a huge fan of Alita, the manga, the anime, the live action film. Give me any Alita you can give me. I'm robot girl fighting other robots. Great.
Yeah.
And that's what this gives me. So I don't know if there's some parts in it that's kind of creepy. Like they kind of keep that little she's maybe a threat.
You're not sure if she's gonna be good or what she's gonna do, but
right. But it's still not horror.
It still has a little bit of a fear of it just trying to be them trying to make it into a comedy to the point that it gets annoying. So hopefully they balance that okay.
Well, one of the things I thought of, and anytime you can evoke this feeling in me, you got my attention, is between Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. Because Evil Dead was a straight horror, unintentional comedy. Evil Dead 2 was, hey, let's go slapstick. It was I don't even consider Evil Dead 2 a dark comedy. It's a gory comedy, but it's not really dark.
Yeah, it's skeletons dancing outside the window.
Yeah, and
the little
deer heads laughing at you. I mean, come on. Well, actually, deer heads laughed at you in the first one too. So anyway,
yeah.
But that's kind of the vibe I get between the tonal shift between Megan and Megan 2.0 they're going to have fun with it. They're like, we're not going to be tied down.
From the first Megan came pretty quick to Prime. I know that Prime has a studio. I wonder if they are the studio that's behind that. So if it's the case, then maybe it'll come to streaming pretty quickly. I was really pleased with how quickly The Accountant 2 came to stream because that was a Prime Studios production. And hopefully Megan 2 will, so I'll be able to see it because there's no way in any shape or form I'm going to drive to Roanoke to go pay money to see that.
Let's see, Blumhouse Productions, which
I think Blumhouse has some tie-in stuff with Prime. I'm not sure all of the details of that, but there's a lot of that Blumhouse stuff that kind of comes to Prime pretty quick.
Hey, wait, it's already out? June 27th.
Then yes.
Okay.
We're right on top of things.
We're right there. Well, by the time this episode goes up. News.
By the time it comes up, this episode goes up, it'll be long gone out of
Yeah,
theaters.
it might be on Amazon by then.
Whether it's enjoyable or not, those are the kind of movies that you know that they target them because they can produce them for not beyond a certain budget.
Yeah.
And just a projection of what the kind of response they get will cover their costs and make them a little bit of money.
And there are, I think actually the fact that it's a Blumhouse film might have been why I watched it, because there are certain studios, kind of like actors, where like, well, if this actor's in, I'll give it a shot. Yeah. And like, well, if this production house produced it,
Blumhouse
I'll
is
give
not
it a shot.
As solid as like Shudder. When I see something that says Shudder, I'm like, I'm watching that.
Yeah.
I may have to watch it and screen it to make sure that you can stand to watch it.
Right.
Blumhouse is a kind of more vanilla version of Shudder.
It is,
but pretty enjoyable most of the time.
Two of the ones off the top of my head is Blumhouse and A24.
Yeah, A24.
A24 is really wide berth of type
I expect
of films.
A24 to kind of challenge me with their movie. Mm-hmm. Like it'd be something pretty crazy, or you get into like is it Hereditary? Is that the name of it? That's just hits you with things that you're just like, there's no way I could have known where this was going.
Yeah.
Or gosh almighty, what's the one with the girl and the flowers? Midsummer. That movie will be forever endeared to me by just sitting in the theater and just watching people break down, watching it, and me watching people's faces, and I still
thinking,
remember,
what am I watching?
There were two college-age kids that were sitting in front of me in that theater. It was a really crowded theater. I caught it while I was at a show somewhere, and like at some point there near the end of Midsummer, the one guy like leans over to his buddy and he's like, "This is really graphic." And his buddy was sitting there nodding his head like he didn't know what to say. And I watched a lady that looked like she had been crying that got up and left.
Oh wow.
That had bothered her or freaked her out, or she was having a flashback when you got into all the mushrooms or the flowers that were breathing and stuff. And I've showed people the movie here at the house, even on this big TV, and it does not come across the way it came in the theater when you're sitting there watching everything in the background sway and melt and run, and the flowers like breathing in and out and stuff. And I was kind of starting to do the thing is like, wow, did somebody drug me? Is this happening? Am I having a breakdown? I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Films like that are why I really wish theaters would start bringing movies back to theaters. Like, hey, come see this film that is like has a special viewing experience in the theater. Come see it.
We had like 3D movies in the 50s and 60s and smell-o-vision and stuff they used to do to try to get you to come there. It's like, come back and say, it's like, we're going to assault your mind with subliminal messages here. And the stuff like that is, and the A24 also brings you like Beau is Afraid. Have you watched that?
No, and I haven't watched the movie about the shell that travels across the country. Have you seen that? The thing for that?
No.
It's an A24 film, and I'm like, I'll watch it.
Shell that travels across the country. Beau is Afraid is one of the weirdest things I've ever sat through.
Beau is Afraid. What's it about?
It's Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
And he's this guy that's Beau that's just having a breakdown, and I'm still trying to process the shell that travels across the country.
It's Marcel the shell with shoes on. And he's just this little shell. I think he's looking for his family. And he just travels the world looking for his family.
That's something.
Okay. It's not normally the kind of film I would sit down and watch, but if it comes across my streaming services, I will probably press play.
Beau is Afraid.
Beau is Afraid.
30 minutes drifts into such weirdness that it's not like Requiem for a Dream that I would not recommend it to you because it's going to crush your soul.
He plays multiple characters?
No. Oh, yeah, he kind of imagines himself.
Oh, does he get older?
Or sees himself in different scenarios
Okay.
and stuff, but it gets really sexually disturbing
Okay.
at the end of it, and I
Don't watch it with parents. Got it.
don't watch it with parents, and don't say, "Hey,
Hey, honey."
I love this movie called Bo's Afraid. You should go watch
Oh.
it," because then somebody's gonna be like, "Randy is weird." So,
All right. Well, thanks for that sideways recommendation.
yeah,
Like, hey, you might want to watch this.
yeah, you can watch it sometime, and it's not my fault.
It's not my fault. There you go. All right. Well, the next episode, that's the end for our desserts.
Yes,
There's a lot coming up. We'll see what we get to.
yes,
But next, we are going to.
because you have to keep in mind that we started this out with our main thing still being Tremors, even though we've been kind of on some different stuff
Yeah.
here in this section. Is that we come back to our kind of broader topic for coffee service, and it's coming back to our favorite creature.
Yep. Next time for coffee service is going to be the favorite creature effects.
Yes.
We both have some creature effects that we like.
It's not going to be the best ones ever, because then we'd just be talking about aliens and
Yeah.
movies we've already discussed and movies that are obvious, but we have ones that
But-
are personal favorites for us.
Exactly. The ones I chose like mean something to me.
Yeah. And we'll get into what ones mean something to me and why. I'll be able to explain that more, because if you've watched any of this before, you know the kinds of stuff that I'm into. So,
And no, I did not bring sandworms from Dune.
and I did not bring any Godzilla.
Okay. I was wondering if you would.
No, Godzilla, he's his own thing, and he's not into a category with other things. Godzilla's here, other stuff's here.
I understand.
If I have to choose the path, I'm going to Godzilla, and I will leave all else behind for Godzilla.
Did you see they're releasing Shin Godzilla 4K in the theaters?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, definitely going to go see that.
All right. Well, thanks, Joel.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining us.
All right. Well,
See you next time.
See you for some coffee.
Yep, on Appalachian Dim Sum.
Yeah.